What I like to think of us individually as like our own tree, our own seed. And if we're keeping a shadow over us, we're not getting the sunlight to replenish that growth every season to grow new leaves. So if people keep picking apples from us and we're not getting the fucking sunlight, how are we going to give more apples? We can't. We're going to fucking die.
But we are really
Oh shit. Good morning, y'all. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome back to the block. It's AM drop for y'all. Let's just see what we get into, see how we roll with it. Yesterday Facebook was down and out for like half the day. Let's talk about that real quick and get into some headlines. Hey, hey, hey.
Black men are 2.5 times more likely to be killed by cops than white men.
They don't want us to succeed.
How much more do we have to take?
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. So there's a bunch of articles out about Facebook, all kinds of rumors. I want to know what y'all think as to why this happened, because I do think it was some kind of hack that went on. First of all, I was really confused, but I quickly figured out that it was Facebook that was the issue. I just felt like it was really unprecedented because an hour had went by. And I'm like, yo, like, this is some crazy shit. But I was busy. I really didn't have the time to like check on shit like I wanted to. At the time, I'm like, hold up, yo, you gotta be fucking kidding me. And I asked a friend and they told me to Google it. Like I was going to, and I didn't have the chance. So when I finally Googled it, I'm like, yo. Because it wasn't on any news like that. There was like 2 articles that I had found, which didn't say much of anything. So it was like, suspect, right? I'm hearing stuff about Russia. It's just crazy. And over the course of the past 24 hours, Mark Zuckerberg's personal wealth has fallen by more than $6 billion in a few hours, knocking him down a notch on the list of the world's richest people. And that was on the heels of the whistleblower the day before yesterday coming forward to talk about how Facebook values profit over American citizens, which is a no-brainer, but it was definitely something that needed to be put out into the open and talked about. And I don't think it's a coincidence that this thing happens the very next day. I really don't think it's a coincidence. I think it does have something to do with it. However, I do think that shit was hacked. I saw something else that all of our personal information has been released and this, that, and the third. But in my head, I'm thinking that that's already the case. Like, didn't we hear about this before? I feel like we've heard about this before. And of course, the stock market, his stock fell in worth down to 121.6 billion. Wow. Like, it's funny how they talk about these rich people like we're supposed to fucking care. It's a slap in the face. I really want Zuckerberg to pay for this. What about the advertisers? What about the people that lost money over this all day? I almost missed a concert because of it. I know now to get everybody's phone numbers, and I will not be using Facebook as like my phone book anymore. And that's essentially what I used to use it for. And then my old profile got hacked. And then that's when I started being a little smarter. But even still, I still use Facebook for a lot more things and rely on it than I really should. And I will be changing that because this showed how vulnerable Facebook can be, but also showed like Facebook's so fucking biased. Facebook doesn't really let you do it. Like for me and the stuff that I talk about, Facebook censors me a lot. Like I can't even go live right now on Facebook for no reason. There's no reason given as to why I cannot go live. And I've disputed it, nothing. Just funny. It's just interesting. So yeah, there were outages around the world for Facebook, but they were saying it was just for few people. No, it was for all of us. I didn't hear nobody complaining. I didn't hear anybody say that their Facebook was okay yesterday. Nobody. Something saying over 1.5 billion Facebook users sold on hacker forum information of over 1.5 billion Facebook users, potentially enabling cyber criminals and unscrupulous advertisers to target internet users globally. It's just, I find it interesting. I find it funny just because this is something that like never happened before, and it's telling of a lot. Yeah, 1.5 billion worldwide Facebook users our information was reportedly, allegedly, I should say, put up for sale following this whole fiasco. What? See, I didn't know that this is something I do want to talk about, and I have not gotten my full information on it yet. I've got little bits and pieces, and I do have a video I want to share. However, I have not uploaded it yet. So what I'm going to do is get into in St. Louis and East St. Louis, which they're in two separate states, which makes this complicated. But it's not really that complicated if you really think about it. It's the same metro area. There are black women going missing like every 3 days. There's a serial killer in the St. Louis metro area and nobody's fucking talking about it. Why is nobody talking about it? Youngest victim is 16 as of yesterday. Yeah, every 3 days. Every 3 days he's attacking. And these are young girls and nobody's fucking talking about it. But if you go on TikTok, there's tons of videos on it. So later on today, that is what I'm going to be discussing. The missing black girls that are going missing every 3 days. And there's a serial killer in the St. Louis metro area. No one's talking about this. So we're going to be talking about this later on today. So stay tuned for that because I do have a couple of articles and a couple of TikTok pieces. But I'm going to do my research and find more information on it for y'all. So definitely stay tuned for that shit. If y'all have not found out any information about that, I suggest you go do your research. Again, mainstream media won't put you onto shit. Mainstream media doesn't tell you anything. Independent will. So if you have any info, feel free to share it with the Leon Block. Message us. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok as well. That we definitely will be on top of this, and stay tuned. Again, if anybody does have any information on the serial killer in the East St. Louis metro area, please let us know. We definitely want to shed more light on this and put the hashtags if you can. St. Louis, East St. Louis, serial killer, Black women, Black girls, young Black girls, protect our young Black girls, BLMM, Black Lives Matter movement, and keep this thing going. Again, I will be back on later on this evening to touch base on this, and I will be sharing to Facebook as well to keep this going. Make sure y'all spread the word, y'all. Keep it hype. Wow.